Well, I'm really pleased about the win today. We had a lot of adversity in the game, and Brown is a worthy opponent, and we knew coming in they'd played Providence. At Providence, taking them to overtime. Had played very competitively at Rhode Island and was hot, had won 3 or 4 in a row, and they have a couple outstanding young guards in Anderson and Cambridge. So, you get hit with that run to start the second half, and Brian gets injured, and we got Vic with 4 fouls, and Scotty's in foul trouble. Then he got poked in the eye, and there was a lot of adversity going against us, and a lot of teams could have kind of folded at that moment. And I was really proud of our guys. We had a good timeout. We were down 7. We had a great timeout where we just talked about digging in, getting stops, being aggressive, not overreacting and panicking. Sometimes in these games you get down and you start pressing and everybody thinks they need to make a play or they need to get a steal. And I thought we stayed poised, and disciplined, and we turned up our defensive intensity a little bit. We were able to start getting some stops, and we played through the post a lot today, which was a big thing. I thought Derek, obviously, and then Gavin, I thought his minutes in the second half were big for us. So excited to get back to Big Ten play. Obviously, Bryant, we don't know much about him. I know you're going to ask. It's a little bit of a knee issue. We're hoping for the best, but it'd be stupid for me to try to, say what it is, or because we just don't know. We got to get with the medical staff and figure out the extent. And then, hopefully you just pray for a guy like that who's a senior that it's not something that's going to cost him an extended amount of time, especially when you're in your last year. So with that, I will open it for questions. Yeah, we did. I mean, we needed something like that. We needed a couple plays. The thing that I was just most proud, first I thought our bench, I thought Gaines and Ash, especially their defensive intensity, really picked up. Their athletes. They got in lanes. They sped them up a little bit. And then again, there's nothing that brings more energy as much as you try to talk about it. When the ball goes in the basket, it just uplifts you. So we were able to see the ball go in the basket. We got a few steals. We got some dunks. We got some layups. And then that always gives you a little bit more energy. But there's no question our defense picked up. I mean, they're a tough team to guard because they're very disciplined. They run their cuts well. They have counters. They run good offense. And but I was proud of our guys to dig down those last 12 minutes and find a way to win the game. I don't know. I mean, we talked about how important it was going to be, even though through some of our struggles, our foul trouble in the first half, I thought, their ability to get to the basket in the first half was causing us problems, their quickness, their spacing. And then I thought Cambridge, he made some incredible shots that sometimes you just got to tip your cap. But we talked about shoring everything up. And then to start the second half, I think they score 5 or 6 straight possessions. So it wasn't whatever motivational speech I gave at halftime was not good. I can't go back to that one again. But, then you're down 7 and Bryant goes down and there's real adversity. Vic's got 4 fouls. And you kind of find out what's in your group. And I just thought we had a great timeout, and I liked what I saw in our guys' eyes. They were determined, and they came out and backed it up with that last 15 minutes. When were we down 7 with 15 to go? So like that last 15 minutes, I thought we played really well.
When you talked about that timeout, was it you talking or guys saying stuff?
Well, initially it was me talking, but then it was more them. It's always you hear about it all the time when it's a player-driven team. It's going to be more impactful because they're going to hold each other accountable. They're the ones out there playing. So, there was just really strong voices. I thought Scotty had good things to say. I thought Derek had some good things. I thought Vic, our veteran guys, really stepped up and gave our guys the confidence they needed, and especially for a guy like Vic because he's sitting, to give the confidence to those guys who were on the floor, Gaines and Ash and Brown. And, that was the main takeaway. Early in the season, we were struggling with depth and production. And so when I see 33 points off the bench, I'm seeing those guys, the confidence really grow. I'm seeing growth in Ash. I'm seeing growth in Isaiah Brown. I'm seeing growth in Gaines. I'm seeing growth in Barrett Benson. Those guys are getting better. And certainly you need all your guys when you get into the Big Ten against the kind of competition you're going to face. Well, they all have different skill sets. So, it's, yeah. And you try to, ultimately as a coach, you try to make make the most out of the group you have and to make the most out of the skill set of the guys you have. So, you try to bring out the best in what Jordan Ash can do with his energy and his defense. And, what I like about him is he's really getting confident offensively, which is helping him. He's shooting the ball better. He's taking the ball to the basket. He's making plays. With Isaiah, you got an energy guy who can come in and score the ball. And, Barrett gives us great defense and defensive rebounding and energy and enthusiasm. And he made a couple really nice post moves. And then Gaines, I think, is just an emerging, outstanding player. He should be a guy as we move forward with our program. He's going to be a key guy as he continues to get the experience and improve. I think he can do a little bit of everything out there.
We're labeling players and Bryant can't go. Who would be your point?
Oh, I don't even want to think about that right now. So, I think a lot of guys, it would be by committee. Nobody's going to be able to do what Bryant does, and a lot of what we do is built around him running our team and having the ball. So, you saw Jordan out there doing it. You saw Isaiah out there doing it. I think then it puts even more on Vic and Scotty to be a little bit better with, being able to handle the ball and becoming more floor generals and playmakers as well. So if we have to play without Bryant, it's going to be something we do by committee.
Vic made his first shot and then missed, I think, 5 in a row. Does he still have to get some of the rust off being out?
Probably. Yeah, probably. I thought he got some good looks too, and I think anytime you miss, I call it your game legs. He had a couple weeks there where he didn't play, and hopefully he hit a big shot late though, then got to the foul line. And, the main thing with him was he could never get a rhythm with the foul trouble. And that's something that we just have to do. That's a real area of improvement, especially with our two wings, with Scotty and Vic. Those guys, they're so important with their length and their versatility and their ability to play on both ends. We need them to be smart and not pick up the cheap fouls where we're managing foul trouble the whole game.
For Bryant, is it his left knee?
Oh, I didn't even, I should probably know better. I'm not sure. Left? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So.
With the Big Ten season coming back, what's the identity of this team now?
Well, I hope that, we've had a chance to reflect over the holidays. It was good for everybody to get a little bit of a break. I've always said you can't overreact too much to highs or lows. So have we had some opportunities maybe that we haven't been as ready for with a couple really tough losses on a national stage? Absolutely. But there's nothing we can control about that now. We can only control about where we're going to be going into the Big Ten. And, I feel like the spirit is good on the team. I feel like we have veteran guys that are excited about going into the Big Ten. I still feel like we're continually finding out, what our strengths and weaknesses are. And, that's kind of a game-by-game thing. But I like the fact that we've had guys that have been there and they've been through a lot in their careers. They've been through long losing streaks. They've been through winning streaks. And, now going into the Big Ten, some of these guys, it's their last go-round. I think you're going to see a real resolve because it's not going to be easy. As you guys know, the conference is really tough.
Are you still that left tail group, though?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean that's –
90 points.
yeah. I'd like to be both. But I think at the end of the day, though, our identity when we're at our best is with a defensive mindset, with a team that is very unselfish, that shares the ball and shares with each other on the other end. We have good players, but we have guys that are a function of our parts. We're not a one-man team. We're not a two-man team. So we're at our best when our chemistry is great. We're playing with great passion. We're locked in defensively as a unit. And then we're running our offense and finding and sharing and seeing 19 assists and 9 turnovers today is more like what I've seen a lot over the past couple of years.
When you were talking about when Brown took the lead and the timeout, and you said guys can kind of start pressing in those situations, is that something you guys have had to, you're trying to work through with guys?
Well, it's just human nature. That's being around it as long as I have. That's, the guys know you're coming off a really tough loss. You're coming out of Christmas. You got league play approaching. They know that it's a game, even though you respect Brown, the guys know it's a game you need to win. You need positive momentum going into the conference. So all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard and there's 15 minutes to go and you're down 7. And your point guard's in the locker room and Vic Law is got 4 fouls. And Scotty's been poked in and all of a sudden you can panic a little bit like, oh man, we may lose the game. And you see that a lot. My experience just with all teams I've been on, you know, it's the human nature of trying to press in those moments. And what I was most proud of in this game was we didn't do that. And we said that, and like, let's not panic. It's a 7-point game. There's 15 minutes to go. We need to get some stops. We need to dig down. We need to get stops on defense. And I thought we were running good offense. So I wasn't as worried about the offense. It was more about stringing some stops together. All right. Happy New Year, guys.